Hi friends, welcome to Postue. Today's topic is: can we change the past? Who has no second thoughts about things done previously? Wouldn't it be decent assuming, some way or another, we could backpedal to change 2 or 3 awful choices? This sounds, and as we will see, is, to a specific degree, like sci-fi. The laws of material science restrict voyaging in reverse in time for some reasons. On the off chance that we traveled in reverse in time and changed the course of occasions, we would modify the course of history. A case frequently referred to is the granddad's mystery. If you went back in time and killed your granddad when he was as yet a secondary school understudy, he wouldn't have met your grandma and your dad and you wouldn't exist. A prevalent case of going back in time is the captivating Canadian TV arrangement Travelers. In an inaccessible future, the Earth is in shambles. People are controlled by a kind-hearted man-made brain power that figures out how to extend the cognizance of individuals into ignorance as in the 21st century. The thought is that voyagers from the future assume control over the brains of individuals in the 21st century just before they are going to bite the dust. There is some dark discuss quantum ensnarement of awareness amongst explorer and host, however this is auxiliary. The purpose of the show is that the explorers backpedal to attempt to change the course of history, with the goal that the future looks better. Putting people or awareness going back in time aside for the occasion, is there anything in science even remotely comparative? Shockingly, yes. At the level of quantum particles, we are talking singular photons, basic particles or individual molecules. There is something many refer to as Wheeler's postponed decision tests that demonstrate that activities in the present can impact the past. The tests utilize something many refer to as the wave-molecule duality of light and of issue, the way that the physical idea of quantum objects is undetermined until the point that it is estimated. At the end of the day, this implies a molecule of light, or of issue, can carry on either as a wave, spreading out in space, indicating impedance, or as a molecule, remaining together as a little package, contingent upon the estimating mechanical assembly. Long and continuous discourses about the idea of quantum material science are as yet attempting to work out what this really implies. Do our psyches decide the idea of physical reality? The intrigued peruser can perceive what I expounded on this in more detail in The Island of Knowledge, The Limits of Science and the Search for Meaning. Be that as it may, tests measure, they don't make inquiries of importance. John Wheeler, the physicist who proposed such examinations in the 1970s, would have been astonished on the off chance that he had seen the present outcomes. It seems that the present can impact the past, at any rate at the level of quantum objects. The photo beneath clarifies the story. Envision that there is a wellspring of photons, or other little quantum molecule. The photons can go through a twofold opening. Behind the twofold opening, there is a screen. In the event that the photons hit the screen, those directing the analysis watch an impedance example of splendid and dim edges, run-of-the-mill of waves. On the off chance that the screen isn't there, and there are photon counters lined up with the openings, the photons will hit. It is possible that either, acting like little shots, or particles. Up until this point, this is the run-of-the-mill setup for a twofold opening analysis. The secret which can't leave, as physicist Richard Feynman broadly commented, of the twofold opening examination, is that the individual playing out the trial decides the physical idea of the molecule, that is, regardless of whether it is a wave or a molecule. What's more, with Wheeler, the puzzle develops. Envision that the setup, having or not having the screen, is chosen after the photon experiences the openings. That is the thing that the bullets in the graph speak to. The likelihood that the screen is there, or isn't. In 2007, a gathering in France did precisely that, giving a solitary photon a chance to go through a twofold opening and after that, after it went through, having an arbitrary number generate a pick whether the screen would be there or not to distinguish it. As Wheeler expressed, consequently one chooses the photon should have stopped by one course or by the 2 courses after it has effectively done its movement. Since at that point, numerous different gatherings have performed refined renditions of the trial, affirming Wheeler's instinct. An essential detail is that the exchanging over of recognizing device must be quicker than the time the photon needs to movement to the indicators. Along these lines, it is extremely unlikely the photon could know what to do. On the off chance that a photon knows anything, in any case, experiments exhibited in October broadened the scope of the photon's outing to around 2,200 miles, and still the photon appears to dependably pick the way steady with the postponed decision. It is as though, Mike McRae wrote in this Science Alert piece, that even after the stallion has blasted 2,200 miles out of the door, it can at present hold up until the point when the end goal to choose which race it ran. That is, which way to the end goal it took. Obviously, photons are not individuals, and to maintain a quantum superposition is extremely troublesome, particularly as the span of the question increments. In any case, there is something very stunning and strange about this conduct, where the way in space taken by a question is by all accounts impenetrable to time. The two decisions, molecule or wave, one opening or two, are suspended in time and are just instituted once the spatial course of action is settled on. No big surprise Wheeler got a kick out of the chance to call such thoughts as being characteristic of a participatory universe, that is, of a universe where our brains are by one means or another profoundly associated with the very texture of room and time. All things considered, the decisions of the mechanical assembly might be made by an irregular number generator, yet the contraption and the understanding of the information require our goal and plan. Something worth mulling over for what's to come. Or then again perhaps the past? Lamentably, these examinations say next to no in regards to how we could meddle with the past in occasions important to the human scale. Better to contemplate choices than to attempt to settle them in reverse. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Postue.